Well, let's welcome our new friends. States. Welcome, Japan, China. So, friends, this is. They have already knocked down like 80% of it, and the people were moved to another village 10 kilometers north. The name or the stone?
The name.
This is just the mountain of the West Bank, and the stone is limestone. So, at the end of the temple, it's the sanctuary. This is where the gods stay. On the wall, you see the pharaohs fighting. So Ramses III in a typical picture. Second wall has a picture of Ramses III in the middle. He's leading prisoners and captives.
E これやばいじゃない。 うね。
レーシングとディスコ。
Come? Yeah. Okay, please come. Come.
I hope we see you again and see you another.
$10 yeah. Yeah, 150.
One base. One base, yeah.
You are kind request to remain seated, fasten your seatbelt. Once the seatbelt is a fully apart position, يجب there. Wishing you all the best. وضع القناع الأنف الفم. تنفس بطريقة طبيعية. استمر في التنفس. Attention cabin crew.
Security reasons, any baggage left unattended will be removed by security personnel.
المسافر